Ready? En 5. Well, Stevie, first of all, I want to welcome you here to Montreal, welcome you to the show. And before we even start talking about your latest album, Live Alive, I'm really interested to sort of retrace your steps. I was catching up on your news and reading up a little bit on you, and I said 8 years old, you formed your first band.
No.
No?
Not quite. Not quite. I started playing about then. My first band, I guess, was, I was about 11.
Oh, that makes it much more easy for me to understand. I mean, did you always know that that's what you wanted to do? I know that you wanted to start playing sax. What happened that you really were determined?
Basically, I saw my brother playing music, and not just to be like my brother, however, I'm sure that was involved, but I saw how much fun he was having with it, and I saw how much it meant to him and how much he was growing as a human being, you know, and I wanted some of it, you know. You look at somebody and you see that they've got some happiness, you want it, you know. That's just human nature. And so I got into it, and I already liked a lot of the things I was hearing, and I just wanted to try to learn how to do it myself, you know.
Your brother used to bring home incredible albums that you would sit and listen to. Was that difficult for a kid your age? I mean, would you rather be playing outside, or was it like something that you really just felt the closeness to?
I felt the closest to it. I did both, you know. I went around and played like a kid, and then came back and listened like a kid to great music, you know.
What was the first stuff that really sort of got you going? Who got you going when you listened to them?
Lottie Mac, Buddy Guy, B.B. King, Howlin' Wolf, Jimi Hendrix, of course. I was hearing them all about the same time, you know. I say about the same time. Of course, it took a while for Jimi Hendrix to get popular. However, my brother found the first single that he got, and I forget which one it was. I guess it was Purple Haze. He found it in a trash bin behind this. It was like the forerunner of a video show. They had live bands. It was called something else, and there was they had played. My brother's band had played a gig there, and as they were loading out, he saw this 45 laying on the ground. He picked it up, and it was Jimi Hendrix's promotional copy. Brought it home, because he recognized the name from seeing a little blurb in the newspaper, and brought it home. And from then on, it was search and find Jimi Hendrix records, you know.
You do a lot of remakes on your, well, I wouldn't call them remakes because you really make them your own, sort of, on the album that we just have out now. And you did Superstition. I love that. I think what you did with that song was absolutely fantastic. Stevie Wonder loved it too. Did you ever get to speak to him and ask him what he thought about something like that?
Yeah, I did. He really liked the song. In fact, we ended up doing the mixing at his studio, and we've become pretty good friends. And looks like I may be going to play on his album here real soon.
What do you listen to today, Stevie? Who do you like to listen to?
Still listen to Lonnie Mac, Buddy Guy, Muddy Waters, Howlin' Wolf. I listen to the Thunderbirds a lot. I love their music. Omar and the Howlers. Colin James from up here. He's a good friend, and I love his music. A lot of times I listen to the radio. Not a lot of times, but quite a bit lately. Just to see what's going on. I flip around a lot, you know. I just listen to anything that's got soul.
When you think back to how you started and you think of yourself today, how have you progressed? What's really changed about Stevie Ray Vaughan, and what stayed the same?
Well, I still love music of all kinds. I get real excited over a lot of blues, a lot of rock and roll. Well, blues and rock and roll to me, there's not a whole lot of difference. It's just the blues played at a rock and roll beat, you know. I've changed in ways where I don't know if you know about it or not, but I've quit using drugs or drinking, and it's helped me a lot because now I have a chance to at least see what's going on and care about what's going on, and if I can at least aware of what's happening, at least I can know when somebody cares about me and return that, you know. And for years and years I couldn't do that because I didn't know. I would, of course, think I knew. I just returned love in all the funny places, you know.
Is it fair to assume that when you look at the acknowledgments on this last album, that there were a lot of people who stood by you and you really felt like you had to thank them? And you have a special thank you to your brother Jimmy, who helped you hear what you heard with your heart. And I'm not sure exactly what that means. It just sounds very beautiful, and I can sort of put my own connotations to that, but it just seems like you and your brother have a very special relationship.
Yes, we do, and we're looking forward to, you know, we don't get to see each other very often because they're out on their tours and we're out on ours, so it's kind of like ships in the night. We see each other very briefly, and hopefully someday soon we'll be able to change that a little bit and maybe even work together.
Duos and stuff.
Yeah.
When you look at guitar players like Stanley Jordan and Stanley Clarke and stuff.
Jordan's so good, it's not fair.
He's a wonderful guy. So are you. He said the same thing about you when I interviewed him at the Jazz Festival. Honest to God, you can come to the office and screen the interviews. He did. I said, who do you like to listen to? He said, Stevie Ray Vaughan. So there goes that. But I mean, when you see all this kind of young musicians playing guitar that way, and there is something, the blues are coming back in style, so to speak. Jazz is coming back in style. Do you think that it's got something to do with the fact that you guys never really altered what you were doing? You stuck by your roots and you said, no, this is what I want to do, and that's why I'm doing it.
That's how we got the chance to do it, because the people who were playing it in the first place didn't change what they wanted to do. They did exactly what they wanted to, and it sounds like it because it's from the heart. And that's what we try to do, and it's helped us, and it's as you know, the reward is that we get to play what we want to play, and it's accepted, and a lot of other people are getting the chance to do that. I'm not going to take any credit for doing this to the business of music, but it's just that I'm glad to be able to return that favor.
What about people now? Would you encourage them to go ahead and to get involved with blues if that's really what they want to do? Did people discourage you when you started?
Sure. They said nobody wanted to hear that. I just encourage people to play what they really like, because it'll sound like it, because it does come from the heart. It doesn't come from your hip pocket, you know. Anybody can make money. If you believe in your music, you can make great music.
What about videos? You got one out that's hysterically funny, Cold Shot. I mean, I love that. Did you get involved with the scenario of that?
Oh, I had a lot of fun with that one. Everybody put in their ideas. DJ Webster came up with the idea, and we just got sicker and sicker with it, you know. And we had a lot of fun. We did a lot of things that didn't end up being used. Just different scenes for different endings and things that were quite funny, but and we threw the cake off the building and everything.
Well, it seems fair to say that you look like you feel really comfortable in front of the camera, and I know that you're in a film. You want to tell us a little bit about that and when it's coming out?
Well, it's called Back to the Beach, and it should be out any time now. I just do a cameo in the film. I play myself playing guitar, and right-handed guitar, by the way.
Not left-handed, Tommy Schnermacher.
Yeah, and the posters do have me on as playing left-handed. I guess it fit the picture better or something. I don't know, but it was a lot of. I've never done anything other than videos on camera before. It was just a lot of fun. There was a lot of people having a lot of fun while we were doing it, and it just made a lot of sense. It took one day for me to do what I did, and the on camera, and one day in the studio doing the track. So we just had fun with it, and I was really glad to be involved with it.
Would you like to get involved in film in a more actor sort of way?
Yes, in time.
I think we're going to settle with you just with what you're doing right now. Best of luck. We're really glad to see you back, and I'm really glad to hear the good news. And hey, Stevie Ray Vaughan in Montreal on Musique Plus. Merci beaucoup.
Thank you so much.
Tu as besoin de react?
Oh, me. I just know y'all gonna be laughing at me. Ici Stevie Ray Vaughan. How do you say it?
That's good. Vous écoutez?
Vous écoutez Musique Plus en stéréo.
Woo! One more time.
Okay. Ici Stevie Ray. Oh, Stevie Ray Vaughan. Ici Stevie Ray Vaughan. Vous écoutez Musique Plus in stereo.
Perfect.
Hold that pose for 2 seconds.
Yeah, it's a great one. With that face too. Yeah, it's priceless. Wonderful.
Make sure we get it.
I'm speaking French over here.
Oh boy. I gotta hear
They
this.
have, I bet they
You
have,
missed
they
it.
have
You have
files.
to hear him.
I bet they have files of this in the you know.
Oh, no,
And
this-
when they get bummed out, they're gonna watch this stuff.
Actually, I didn't want to tell you before, but you know what we're planning to do at the end of the year for our first anniversary is we're going to get a whole thing of IDs and put the bloopers together because everybody who speaks English who's done a French ID has had to do them a few times because the first one's gone like, oh shit, what did I do?
That's fine, it's a good idea.
So yeah, so we're going to do a whole series of bloopers on this.
Okay.
Okay.